Two severe weather warnings are currently in place across southeastern Australia, with the focus being in Tasmania and also the Snowy Mountains in New South Wales. And so damaging winds are likely this afternoon and this evening across those two regions. So let's have a look in detail at what's happening in Tasmania. So we've got this front and trough making its way across the southeast. The mainland of Australia won't see too much of an impact except in the elevated areas in the Snowy Mountains. But across Tasmania you can see those winds are going to be quite fierce this afternoon and this evening, with wind gusts above 100 kilometres an hour or near 100 kilometres an hour likely across the entire state. But south of the line of about Strahan to Swansea, so the bottom half of Tasmania, that's where we could see damaging wind gusts above 110 kilometres an hour. So that includes the Hobart area, but it's much more likely around Mount Wellington. So if you get impacted by severe weather today and you need some help, contact the SES on 132 500.
The Labor Day long weekend will be ending wet for you in Brisbane. We have patchy rain developing with a chance of an afternoon thunderstorm. Easterly winds averaging 15 to 20 kilometres per hour. It was another chilly start for you in Sydney. There were areas of fog around, but we're seeing the unseasonable warmth continuing for you in Sydney today, and Penrith well above average for this time of the year, with light northerly winds. 25 degrees is 5 degrees above the May average. Areas of frost and fog to start off your Monday morning in Canberra. Again, another warm day ahead for you, and we're seeing cloud cover increasing across parts of Melbourne as a result of the low pressure trough. The slight chance of a shower, most likely at night, will really only be affecting the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne. All eyes are on Hobart this afternoon. We have the risk of damaging winds. Now, winds will be averaging around 40 to 60 kilometres per hour for you in Hobart, then tending west to northwesterly in the wake of a vigorous cold front. So a windy end to Monday. Temperatures above average. Showers developing across southern Australia as a result of the low pressure trough. It's dried out in the wake of a low pressure trough for you across WA. Perth collected 3 millimetres to 9 a.m. on Sunday. Little to no rainfall since then, and of course we did have severe weather gripping the southwest coast. That's also eased back. Sunny and dry in the top end. Looking ahead, get the umbrellas out if you're in southeast Queensland. On Tuesday we have showers, heavy at times developing by the southeast corner, and with light winds, cloud cover increasing as well. It is due to a surface trough, an upper trough and onshore winds. Drying out though, right in time for the weekend. Spectacular weather for you in southeast Queensland. Now, it's raining dry and warm in New South Wales over the next couple of days. Then we have a rain event unfolding through the eastern inland as a result of a low pressure system. Of course, there's still a lot of model uncertainty with this low pressure system, particularly by the New South Wales coastline. What we can guarantee is there is a risk of showers ramping up from Friday onwards. As carbon copy forecast for you in Canberra, in fact Thursday it's kicking off for you. The slight chance of a shower intensifying on Friday and Saturday from our low pressure system. Ahead of it though, we do have high pressure dominating, clear skies and light winds on Tuesday. A dry forecast for you in Melbourne on Tuesday, then the wet and wintry weather will be grouping you from Wednesday onwards. Take a look at our forecast maximums in Melbourne, hitting 13 degrees on both Thursday and Friday. Of course, given the unseasonable warmth, the wind chill factor will probably be feeling even cooler than that, so rug up, get the winter coats out if they're not already out. Showers also heavy. We could have damaging winds, localised flash flooding. We also have heavy snow with this monster low pressure system. In terms of our capital cities, it'll really start to impact you in Melbourne Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, the bullseye of this event. Similarly, Hobart, get the umbrellas out. You will need them. You'll be seeing the heaviest falls from this low pressure system, particularly on Thursday and Friday. It's looking like a wet couple of days ahead for southern Australia as well. Temperatures dropping from Wednesday into Thursday, dry for your Tuesday. Now, it's looking like another gorgeous week ahead for you in Perth. By the time Friday rolls around, 30 degrees in Perth. That is 9 degrees above the May average for this time of the year. And the dry season in full force across the top end.
Southeastern Australia is going to see the biggest weather system we've seen so far this year for that region, and you can see here on the chart it looks quite large with some heavy falls all likely and quite complex with multiple low pressure systems. So more on that in just a moment. It's going to bring very winter-like weather, powerful winds and flooding rain are all possible, even heavy snow as well. But let's have a look at what's happening at the moment. We've got this cold front and trough making its way across the southeast, so it's not going to bring too much to the mainland of Australia, but in Tasmania, that's the focus, where we've got a severe weather warning for damaging winds. So we're going to be seeing some pretty powerful winds as that front and trough cross the state, primarily during the evening, but even during the afternoon, we're going to see some powerful winds. Now, up in Queensland, we've also got some pretty wet weather at the moment as well. So that's ramping up as we move through Monday. And the focus is slowly edging south along that coastal fringe. But into the afternoon on Tuesday, you can see that trough setting up in New South Wales. We're going to see showers and thunderstorms along that trough, but some heavy falls focus right up in northeastern New South Wales late in the day on Tuesday. But now let's have a look at that big system that's on its way. So from Wednesday, you can see this is the cold front making its way across. It's going to be crossing Tasmania and southern parts of the mainland. Powerful winds will start setting up. Even for parts of South Australia, we could be seeing a severe weather warning for damaging winds, but it's much more likely to see severe weather warnings for Victoria and also in Tasmania. In fact, Tasmania could see the focus of this system and the worst weather with damaging winds and even a slight chance of destructive winds, possible most likely in the east of that state as this low pressure system is nearby. We'll see heavy rain, potentially leading to flooding. At least we'll see some flash flooding at the very least, as well as potential riverine flooding. And then we'll see the focus of the system push up into New South Wales as we move into the weekend. And then during Sunday and then into Monday, the low is going to move away from the coast. We'll still see showers along the coast, but we'll see an easing trend, particularly during Monday. So you can see those rain totals forecast across the region. We could see some heavier falls than are indicated here because this is a combination of multiple models averaged together. And so we could be seeing totals much larger than indicated here with a maroon shading of 150 millimeters. We could see 200 or maybe even 300 millimeters if the lows move over pretty much the same region for multiple days, which is possible. Now, let's have a think about temperature. You can see we've got some warm weather pushing into New South Wales at the moment, but as the week moves on, we'll see more and more of this blue shading taking over the country. So by the time we get to Saturday morning here, we've got very cold temperatures right across the southeast and even up into Brisbane and Alice Springs. We've got fairly crisp, cool mornings, probably the coldest mornings we're going to see so far this year on the weekend for right across a large portion of the country due to the cold air mass being surged right across the country. And with a cold air mass, well, that also leads to snowfall. So we're going to see quite a bit of that as well. So Tasmania and Victoria, we're going to start to see that snow developing during Thursday. But it's right through until Sunday morning that we have the chance of seeing snow, and some places could see some pretty heavy snow. So snow could be falling as low as about 1,000 metres, even possibly a bit lower at times in some locations. But in terms of the snow totals, well, we could be seeing more than 50 centimetres right across the alpine region in Victoria and New South Wales.